Hi everyone, it's John back with another podcast, and at the end of July I had the pleasure of going to Comic-Con in London, and one of the photo shoots that I had was an absolute pleasure to meet Mr. Johnny Lawrence, the character from the Karate Kid films and currently the YouTube series Cobra Kai. Johnny Lawrence obviously played by William Zabka, and an American actor and producer, and it was a real trip to meet him. A number of you will have met him at Comic-Con in London, and one of my students who's doing karate also met William Zabka. So there was myself, this student, also one of my close friends who we went to the Olympia in London to take part in this event. There were other stars there, like what was his name? Robert Patrick, who played the T-1000 in Terminator 2. There was Star Trek alumni. There was Robert Picardo, who played the Doctor, the EMH in Star Trek Voyager. He was there. I think the biggest current star was probably Jason Momoa, who's in Game of Thrones and also recently the DC big screen version of Aquaman. So there were the people like that. I had a photo with William Zabka, but also a photo with Christina Ricci, who starred in the Addams Family films in the 1990s, but also a lot of other films like Munster, opposite Charlize Theron, and The Opposite of Sex, and most recently a TV series called Pan Am, which was kind of like a Mad Men but in the skies, and it was, again, a real honour to meet her as well. And you're only having the briefest of chats with these stars, but it's actually interesting to meet them and go on these experiences and enjoy them. I talked about in the previous video about inner joy and external joy. Well, this is something that could be considered external, but it creates an inner joy because you're reflecting on that later and you're still carrying it with you. You look back on those photos and those memories and think what a great time it was, what a great moment it was, and you just carry that forward in your life. It becomes part of your inner self. And you might think, well, yeah, but they don't know you. They're big stars. They don't remember you. You're just one face amongst thousands, and they were charging you to have a photo taken with them. And all that's true. But so what? If that's what on some level makes me happy and it's a good experience, then I want to do it. And there's a lot of these things springing up now with Comic-Con and other type events coming out now. I've been to a few others this year already. And if it's something of interest to you, meeting your stars, meeting your heroes, look into it and see if it's something that you want to do, because it's not just going there and meeting them and having an autograph or having a photo with them or having a chat. It's the whole experience of the day or the time leading up to it. I don't know anyone who would say, I didn't enjoy that experience, it wasn't good for me. And I'll say this, the best times you'll ever have will be with your friends and your loved ones, there's no doubt about that. But there is something rather magical about partaking in these experiences, so I'd encourage you to look them up. From a martial arts point of view, if Bruce Lee was alive today and we could go visit him, do you not think we would go? Yes, we would. We definitely would. So have a snoop around, see what's happening on the internet, see who you would want to meet, who you would want to have an experience with, as brief as it would be, but it would be interesting nonetheless, and it would be something that you could reflect on potentially for the rest of your life. And having met them, it might inspire you to get hold of your life in some way or do something else with it. So I encourage you to look that up and see if you can't book an autograph, a photo, a meeting with a particular star that you like, just as I did. Okay, that's me signing off for today. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you again soon.